Brian.
Kelly, obviously that report is generating an incredible amount of reaction tonight, but none more important than from his widow, Nicole, who spoke publicly for the first time since her husband's death. The last time Nicole Suter spoke to her husband was an hour before his death. They joked about a video of him dancing. He asked when she would get home from work that night. He planned to stay up.
What have the last months been like for you?
Hell. Hell.
In her first ever interview, and flanked by both her attorneys and Sean's attorney, Jeremy Eldridge, Nicole Suter read a statement she wrote last night upon hearing the Independent Review Board's finding that her husband committed suicide. She says she is not saying this as just a grieving widow, but an aware individual.
Based on the fact that no one knew my husband better than I will not accept the untimely death of Sean as nothing other than a murder which is being covered up for reasons unknown to me or my family.
Suter points to what she says are inconsistencies and inaccuracies in this 207-page report. Chief among them is her husband's alleged connection to the GTTF. In this report, it says Daniel Hersl pleaded guilty in the GTTF scandal and cooperated to possibly implicate Suter. But in fact, Daniel Hersl did not plead guilty. He did not cooperate in a plea deal, and Baltimore spent 3 weeks watching him and Marcus Taylor stand trial. Nicole also wants to know why she wasn't interviewed as part of this process and how the board was able to determine her husband's state of mind without contacting his family and friends. A question we put to the chair and co-chair of the IRB in today's news conference.
Did you speak to Nicole Suter? Did you speak to any of his children? Did you speak to his family or friends about where his state of mind was beyond just this grand jury testimony?
We did not do any kind of psychological analysis. We didn't do any kind of post-mortem about that.
We do not attempt to understand what he was thinking, what his state of mind was when he took the actions that he did. We can't surmise that about Detective Suter.
So then I go back to my original question. With 100% certainty, can you say that Sean Suter committed suicide?
We can say that we've increased the confidence in the finding of the report, and that's where we're going to leave it.
But Nicole asks, where does that leave her? The IRB has no real authority and says this report and their factual findings of suicide should be viewed as evidence in what BPD still refers to as an open case. A copy has also been delivered to the state medical examiner. Suter's attorneys say there is no physical evidence in this report and are gearing up for a fight if, in fact, any determination of Sean Suter's death is changed. More limbo for a widow who says every day is still a challenge.
Yeah, it's like reopening wounds all over again.
Have you and your family in any way been able to heal at all?
No.
Now, Nicole Suter still believes her husband was murdered and that there is a suspect out there. She also told us today that she has a letter from the United States Attorney here in Baltimore clearing Sean Suter of any wrongdoing. And her attorneys say it is yet another factor the IRB report does not include in reaching its conclusion of suicide.